Every web or mobile app has two parts: the front end, which runs on the client, such as your browser or phone, and the back end, which runs on the server. The front end is basically the UI, what the user sees and interacts with. The back end is where we store and process the data, send notifications, kick off workflows, and so on. These two parts communicate using the HTTP protocol, the same protocol that powers our web. In this course, our focus is purely on the front end or the client side because React is a front-end library. So in a real-world scenario, you need to build the backend separately. We have various frameworks and technology stacks for doing that. If you know C#, you can build the backend using ASP.NET. Now you're taking this course, so I'm assuming that you're a JavaScript developer. The best and fastest option for you is to use Node and Express because you don't have to learn a new programming language. So assuming that you're a front-end developer, by learning Node, you can transition to a full-stack developer, and that means better jobs with better pay. There are many other programming languages and frameworks available for building the backend, and honestly, I'm not familiar with them. Your other option is to use Firebase, which is a service provided by Google. With Firebase, you don't have to build the backend from scratch. You simply create a Firebase account and connect your React app to it with a few lines of code. It gets you up and running pretty quickly, but it can get costly and it's not something that is adopted in most companies out there. Most companies build the backend for their apps internally because that gives them more control over the implementation and the costs. Now, other React courses out there show you how to connect your React apps to Firebase. So you won't really learn the proper full stack development experience. That's why in this course, I'm not going to talk about Firebase. Instead, I'm going to teach you how to have your React apps talk to backend services because that's what you will most likely be doing at work. So later in the course, when we get to the section about talking to the backends, I'm going to give you the source code for the backend of this application. You can use this code to set up a Node server that runs on a different port and have your React app talk to that server to get or save the data in a MongoDB database. Now, I just need to clarify, you're not going to learn the backend development in this course. That's an entirely different topic. You're only going to learn how to talk to backends in your React apps. If you want to learn backend development, you can enroll in my Node course. There you will learn how I write the backend for this application from scratch, step by step. So the code that I'm going to give you in this React course is exactly the code that we write in my Node course.